Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Football United TV in conjunction with Football Talk on Facebook. I'm here with Mark and Sam. How are you guys doing?
Good, mate. Good. Well, still a bit. Well, I've slept on it. Slept on the loss from last night. Still not too sure what to say about it. Still a bit annoyed by it, but it is what it is.
What about you, Mark?
Yeah, I'm all good. I mean, I was a bit anti-Man United last night, so I said a few things probably in a very biased way. But now, thinking about it this morning, it's a fair result. United had more of the game, and Spurs basically asked them to come onto them. They sat too deep.
What do you make of that, Sam?
No, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I think first half we played well. I wouldn't say we were the better side, but they seem to have more of the ball, but we seem to have the bigger chances. Obviously, the goal was a bit suspicious. The thing that annoyed me with the goal, it was more about De Gea's poor save and Maguire's poor turn than Bergwijn actually scoring a decent goal. He's turned his player. He's just used his pace, his skill, what he's good at, and they just seem to ignore it. But I think overall, I can't really disagree with the 1-1. I'm happy with it. It's a point, like Mark said, we did invite the pressure, and it's inevitable they're going to score if you do that. But that's just Jose's way. I suppose you just have to get used to that, really.
Well, I did say, didn't I, in our last vlog that it'd probably be a draw. I said 2-2, which probably could have been actually in the end. But I felt that the difference was second half when they brought on Pogba. It definitely brought more of an attack towards the Man United point of view. Mark, what did you make of Man United? I know this is really hard for you because you're a Liverpool fan right now, but what do you think of them and the slip-ups, especially with the defence? That was, I think, very bad from Maguire and Luke Shaw. That header should have been cleared right out. Yeah, what do you make of it all?
I mean, yeah, there is all these ifs and buts. What if you've done this? What if you've done that? The thing is, Bergwijn, if that's how you say his name, Bergwijn, he done them. He done them. Basically, okay, the header was misplaced, but then you move on from that. So you've got to go through Maguire. He just done Maguire, quick-footed, got past him, power and pace. And he got off a brilliant shot. And it was a brilliant shot. It was nice and hard. It was low. But I think all three of us would have saved that, to be honest.
Yeah.
He didn't have to move for it. It was straight at him. He hasn't had to go down to the post or get down low. It was straight at him. And I think Roy Keane summed it up perfectly.
He struggled a bit recently, De Gea. Don't know why. Three seasons ago, he was arguably the best in the world. And for some reason, I think since the World Cup, his form just completely dipped down. He's lost all his confidence. And I think things like that isn't going to help. If you've got Roy Keane, I know it's his persona to be mean and things like that, but he needs encouragement. He doesn't need talking down to all the time. It's not going to help at all.
I think you could tell there, though. Roy Keane he had passion in his eyes. He was talking as a fan. He was upset.
Fellow fan on the other side.
Wasn't it? Yeah, you said about that. They didn't have anybody
No.
Tottenham.
You had Evra and Keane in the punditry booth, and then you had Gary Neville in the co-commentator's box. It's a bit biased, isn't it?
Who would you have picked then, Sam, if you'd have had someone to talk about?
Well, I mean, obviously...
I'd have had Pochettino there.
He's probably sorting his stuff out with Newcastle,
Yeah.
You might be right, Sam. I think the Newcastle takeover looks like it's hitting a bump, doesn't it? So that might...
it seems to be a bit of a common thing with Newcastle. Every time there's a talk of a takeover, it seems to be going well, and then it just dies down.
I think they'll need to write to whoever they need to write to. Hey, Sam.
Yeah, big old Boris.
It's all God, as you said. Make of so we haven't talked about the first games of Arsenal and Man City, and well, the big deal at the moment is the Sheffield United and Aston Villa game, or vice versa. What do you make of that? The ball going in the net and the ref's watch not working.
Well, they reckon it was something to do with the cameras. The way the keeper fell back into the net, he blocked the camera from actually seeing what was going on. I mean, there's not a lot that the ref can do. If his watch doesn't light up, then his watch doesn't light up. He's going to instantly go, it says no goal. It's never failed before. So why would it fail again? But apparently at half time, when he was in the changing room, his watch went off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of them things. It's obviously, it's his first fail it's ever had. I just hope it doesn't come down to almost the end of the season where either Sheffield United miss out on Europe by 1 point or Aston Villa go down by 1 point. Just it's stuff like that can change the game.
Yeah, mate, exactly. I was saying about this actually to my brother about, do you remember when Sheffield United went down because of Carlos Tevez? And they could potentially do it again if they don't get into Champions League, or if it's...
They still haven't quite gotten over that yet, have they?
No, they haven't, no. So it could
they still wear masks and stuff.
So, Mark, let's go on to talking a little bit about Liverpool here. How are you feeling about them? Clearly going to win the Premier League. I was thinking about making a bet of them not winning the league, but I don't think I'll win, will I? Yeah, what do you make of it, mate? Like, first time Premier League.
Well, obviously, I was 14 the last time they won the league. So, 30 years later, I'm 44. It's... You say it's inevitable, but they could easily go on a poor run. I'm not saying that they still won't do it, but I don't think they're going to do it early on. I don't think they're going to beat Everton tomorrow. I think a draw might be a result there. I think we're looking at probably winning it the last handful of games rather than the first handful.
It's in your own hands. As long as you do what you need to do, you're going to win. At least you ain't got to rely on anyone else and other results. Just do what you need to do and you'll win it.
It'd have helped if Arsenal didn't roll over.
Nah, poor, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they are. You know what? I think Arsenal have been the poorest team I've seen so far. Really rusty.
They were. I think the problem is, after having so much time off, you never really know what team's going to turn up. You don't know how they've trained, because obviously they can't train together, or what they've been doing at home, what their workouts have been, tactics. It's tricky because you can't get a feel of what teams are on form and how they assess the situation. But yeah, Arsenal were shocking, absolutely shocking. David Luiz is a clown. We'll probably never see him in an Arsenal shirt again. Terrible. Yeah.
I don't think you'll see him in a Premier League shirt again, to be honest.
No.
I think he'll go to Benfica. I think that's where he started off from.
That's not a bad shout. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. But he's accumulated a ridiculous amount of money in his career. And obviously he went to Chelsea twice, then to PSG. Insane.
He's won so much as well. It's ridiculous. Champions League, Europa League. He's won a league in every country he's been to as well. I think
makes sense.
Cups. I mean,
but you're guaranteed to win at PSG, aren't you? So.
Oh yeah.
PSG doesn't necessarily make you a decent player. It's the best in the league, but not in necessarily in a good way, as shown by David Luiz.
Definitely is a farmers' league. What we making about just the rustiness anyway? Like, do you think it's going to take like a few more games for every club to sort of get back to 100%? Because it seems at the moment it's halfway there. I mean, watching the game last night as well, the touches, the control was just off, and people just weren't aware with things around them. Like I see Bruno Fernandes trying to do little flicks here and there, and it wasn't going through. So I just.
The thing is there, Matt, the match sharpness isn't going to be there yet. They're going to need 3 or 4 games before they even start to get a bit of sharpness back. But every team's in the same boat. They've all been training at home. They've all been doing the quick, the last couple of weeks at the training ground, getting together, first social distancing. They're now allowed to be in their bubbles and all that lot. So everyone's gone through the same, system. It will just be who's paid more attention and done it better, but we're all in the same boat. Nobody's going to have a good touch to start with, unless you're lucky. But can I just go back to that goal that wasn't given? I know we say that the cameras were blocked or whatever. That's what the officials were saying, or what the top bods were saying. But VAR has access to all the camera angles, and then certainly the one that we had access to see that it was clearly behind the line. So it wasn't so much the goal line technology failed. Okay, there was a blip there, but VAR is there for goal decisions, whether it is a goal or not a goal. VAR failed in that game for me. Not just the referees watch, but VAR failed. It should have intervened. And being that close to half-time, there was, when they went in at half-time, I still feel then when they saw that it was a big error, they could have awarded the goal then. I don't even think Villa would have been that peed off, you know, if the goal had been awarded.
Does it not remind you of like when Aston Villa played Leeds in Championship? I felt like they could have done a little bit of a fair play thing for them. You know what I mean?
I don't agree with that. I think, even going back to that game, just play to the whistle. I mean, it's almost the first thing you're taught in football. Just play to the whistle. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice to see, but what does it achieve really? I mean, the players can't help if the technology works or doesn't work. You know, it shouldn't be up to them to decide. Well, we should do this because something failed that is going to affect us. It shouldn't be like that. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's controversy, but that's what we enjoy. That's what we like about it because it causes that controversy and that opinion.
That's okay then, Sam, for the players, okay, not walking it into the net. I didn't agree with it when Leeds United done it with Aston Villa. I thought it was sort of touching up borderline on match fixing in a certain way. You've allowed them and just walked it into the net. But do you not feel that they could have at half-time awarded the goal to Sheffield United or VAR?
It's a bit late by that point, isn't it?
All right, then, if that's too late, should VAR then? Do you agree? Did they fail in not telling the ref, look, we believe that's gone beyond the line, come and have a look?
Well, yeah, definitely. But I think because, you know, like I said, it's never failed before. If I was to then intervene and say, this is wrong, then, wow, this thing that's perfect is wrong. So what else have we got wrong? It just shows the technology itself just isn't working. Yes, it didn't work in its instance, but it's the first time it's ever happened. You like to think it won't ever happen again.
I see what you're saying, and the integrity then gets questioned, but it's going to be questioned anyway because it failed.
Yeah.
But does it really matter how we get to the right decision as long as the right decision is made? You know, that's just my feeling. But anyway, we could go on about that all day.
Yeah.
I would always say that if it's during the 90 minutes, then it should still count. If you know what I'm saying, like you should change a decision if you've like been told. I mean, VAR should work for the 90 minutes. Whether they go, it takes them 5 minutes to look back and go, hang on a minute, that actually was, and now they've got a player like, say someone makes a reckless challenge and it takes them 5 minutes to, I don't know why it would take that long, stupidity maybe, but just to sort of come to a decision. If it takes that long, then fine, like I'm cool with it, but that's just my own personal opinion.
I think the problem is, so say if obviously the goal wasn't given but at half time they're giving it, the problem is the teams play differently at 0-0 to when they play differently to 1-0. So if they then say, well, actually we'll give that goal to you, but then Villa have almost play for the win, but now they've got to accept to play for the draw. So then
but it was only 5 minutes.
It's not the point. They're still it's almost throwing out the way they've played.
Completely.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point, but we could all have different views.
Oh yeah,
some
like
right, some wrong.
What are you making? So let's have a prediction of the Everton versus Liverpool game. Yeah, I know it's hard, it's difficult, but what do you think? Yeah, go for it, Mark. It's such a tough game to be your first game, isn't it? Your local derby.
It's the first game. It could put us a step closer to winning the title. Do we bottle it? Do we go in as we should? Do you know what? Everybody on the planet knows if Liverpool play their attacking style from the off, they're going to batter Everton. No doubt about it. There's nothing Everton can offer to the game to overcome Liverpool's pace and and going forward. But if Liverpool don't, I don't think we'll lose, and I'm going to sit on the fence. And I do think it'll be like a 2-2 draw.
What do you think, Sam?
3-0 Liverpool for me. I can't see him slipping up. I think the fact that they know the league title's in their hands anyway, they're just going to want to get it over and done with. You know, they don't want to keep waiting and waiting and waiting. They just want to almost shut everyone up and just do it. Yeah, I think 3-0. I think they'll batter them, to be honest. Everton haven't been much recently. Been quite poor. Liverpool look almost unbeatable. Yeah, I think 3-0.
I can't see them even letting in a goal. And that's no offence to Everton, but like you said, Mark, I don't think they're up to any standards at the moment to be able to compete with such a team like Liverpool because they're so good at the moment. And I'm hating myself for even saying it because I'm obviously a United fan, and that really does hurt. But you can't give it up to Liverpool, and I think congratulations as well to Liverpool for having fantastic.
I deserve it.
It's not over. They deserve it up till now. It isn't over yet, and I've learnt my lesson. Last season, lost it by a point, and and it's just no, it's not over yet.
I think you're a bit safer this season, though. Let's be honest.
You're still like 22 points ahead, aren't you?
Yeah, only.
Yeah, only just ahead there.
Yeah.
By the skin of our teeth.
Could swing either way.
It's like Michael Phelps swimming against Katie Hopkins or something. It's just.
I think if Liverpool do slip up, City have got to win all their games. So
Exactly. So they need to do their bit. But at the end of the day, it's in your hands. All you need to do is win a couple of games, and Bob's your uncle. Job done.
Right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us again today. It was a really good one. Really quick as well, but obviously, we got things to do. It's the weekend.
Things to do. People to see.
Guys, have a really good weekend. And everybody that's been viewing, please do subscribe. So go check out Football Talk on Facebook. Bloody good chat group. I do like it indeed. Really good.
Cheers, Matt.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Cheers, Sam.